Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Cubs Line Podcast. I'm Ryan Dunleavy,
And I'm Ron Zelinsky.
and today the Cubs pulled off a big 6-5 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks, moving them to 20 wins on the year. This was a complete team win. Colin Ray with a very solid start. The Cubs went up 6-1. Ryan Rollison with some bullpen troubles, but Jacob Webb and Phil Matten, despite their struggles early in the year, were able to hold on to this one with three really solid innings out of the bullpen. And Jacob Webb got his 2 inning save. Michael Bush's bat starting to get back. PCA, Bregman with some big knocks, Dansby. Unfortunately, Nico got hurt in this one, but hopefully he's fine. Ryan, what were your takeaways from today's Game 1 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks?
Solid effort, like you said. Bush's bat's starting to come alive too. Would have wished that it wasn't, getting close at the end there. But the struggling guys, Matten and Webb, were able to step up in a big opportunity here. So that's kind of a pretty positive takeaway. But yeah, pretty solid win today. Get the boys to their 20th win on the year.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Caleb Williams and Maz Buzelis for showing support to the boys today and popping out to the game.
Yeah, no Bedard though. Pretty
Yeah,
upsetting.
it's pretty cool to see how Bedard's in Florida training right now.
No, I know, but it's just
It's cool to see how Modest, Caleb, Bedard, like all the young core is really starting to support each other within the city of Chicago.
yeah, that's hopefully Bedard's getting that extension, so
Yeah.
hopefully they can stay
Hopefully,
together.
hopefully he gets that bag. So we'll get into today's recap from the game. Cubs win this one 6-5. Cubs with 11 or D-backs, excuse me, out hit the Cubs 11-8. So Cubs pitching did some good job on the damage control. So we'll get into the recap. Geraldo Perdomo started off the game with a single into the gap, and then Adelmar Vargas with a single on a ground ball up the middle. So runners on first and second. Colin Ray strikes out Corbin Carroll, strikes out Adrian Del Castro, and then gets Gabriel Moreno to fly out. So some solid damage control after two back-to-back singles. Nico leads off the game with a double into the gap, and then Mo Baller walks. Breggy grounds into a force out. Perdomo gets the out at second, but runners on the corners. And Happer walks to load the bases. Seiya strikes out swinging on a 2-2 pitch. This ball was dotted by Gallen. It was on the outside corner. Tough pitch to hit, but Seiya strikes out swinging. And then Michael Bush with a 2-out knock on a ball to the opposite field. Ground ball that got through 102 miles an hour off the bat. Made it 2-0 Cubbies. And then Carson Kelly just put one into center field. I believe Vargas was at second base. I could be wrong. I'm gonna double check that. Yes, it was Vargas at second. Vargas was calling it. Thomas was backing him up. Vargas lost this one. Just dropped right in between both of them. Little bloop single for Carson Kelly. I mean, what the Wrigley win can do to you. Ian Happ scores Bushy to third, and then PCA grounds out. I mean, great job by the Cubs jumping on the D-backs, and a really solid starting pitcher, Zach Gallen, early in this one, putting up 3 runs in the first inning.
Yeah, we always preach getting out to the early start, and now more than ever because of the bullpen issues and just who's available in the bullpen right now. So it's really important that they take the lead really early so that the starter can get some good innings in while that very very injured bullpen
Yeah.
doesn't come in and the fifth, and then you have trouble. But yeah, a really good job. Obviously, like you mentioned, the Wrigley win giving them a little bit of help here. But that's Wrigley for you, and the Cubs took advantage of pretty much every opportunity they got in these couple innings. So yeah, it was a really good start here.
Yeah, and then D-backs go down 1-2-3 in the top of the second. Jose Fernandez grounds out. Nolan Arenado flies out, and Alec Thomas strikes out. Bottom of the second, Dansby Swanson grounds out, and then Matt Shaw comes in to pinch hit for Nico. Do you think everything's all right with Nico, or do you think this is something more serious?
Right now I think everything's okay, but obviously you don't know, and especially with the training staff, this could turn into like a 60-day thing. But we won't talk about that. We won't put the bad mojo out there. So I think I think maybe we see him start from the bench tomorrow. But like if anything, or maybe a 15-day IL stint. But we're again not putting the bad mojo out there. But yeah, I think it'll all be okay with him. But obviously the neck thing is kind of worrying just because that can cause a lot of problems. So I think he'll be okay, but it's something to keep your eye on.
Yeah, just give him an off day tomorrow. I'd say reevaluate Sunday. Definitely give him off tomorrow though.
Yeah.
So Shaw grounded out then, Mo Baller grounded out top of the third. Jose Barrosa started off with a double over the head of PCA, and then Perdomo grounded out, and then Idarmo Vargas with his second hit on the day. Ground ball to right field, 103 off the bat, made it 3-1. Cubs, and then Corbin Carroll grounded into a force out. Adrian Del Castro hit a single, but Carroll stayed at third. And then Moreno grounded out, got out of the inning. Um, Bottom of the third, Bregman grounded out, Happ struck out, Sale walked, and then Bushey flew out. He hit this ball 101, but just missed the home run. Top of the fourth, um, Fernandez grounded out, Arenado hit a infield single. Bregman kind of misjudged it. And then Thomas struck out. Barossa grounded out. Bottom of the fourth, Carson Kelly hit a leadoff single on a ground ball to left field. And then PCA with a single up the middle, got to second. Some heads up base running from Carson Kelly and PCA. So runners on second and third, no outs. Dansby Swanson smokes a single. This ball was 107 off the bat. Carson Kelly came in. This ball was hit so hard PCA couldn't score. But nonetheless made it a 4-1 game. And then Gallen threw a wild pitch away. PCA scores easily from third, makes it 5-1. Dansby on second, still no outs. Matt Shaw struck out. Mo Baller flew out, and then Alex Bregman with a double. This ball was smoked down the line. Barossa kind of misplayed it, so it got behind him. I thought Bregman was gonna get on three, but take two bags all day. This ball was 99 miles an hour off the bat. And then that'd be it for Zach Gallen's. Ryan Thompson came to the game, walked Ian Happ, and then Seiya grounded out. Top of the fifth inning, Geraldo Perdomo flew out. Vargas with his third hit on the day with a single up the middle. All three singles all on the ground, but all got through. And then Corbin Carroll got on a fielder's choice. Shaw went to second, but the throw was kind of low, I believe, so wasn't able to get the out. This ball was hit hard though, so runners on first and second, but then Del Castro grounded into a force out. Couldn't turn the double play, but got the out at second. And then Moreno struck out. Bottom of the fifth, Michael Bush with a leadoff singles. He was smoking the ball today. This ball's hit 109 off the bat. And then Kelly grounded into a fielder's choice, pitcher to second, but they couldn't get the out at first. And PCA lined out, and Dancy flew out. Top of the sixth, Fernandez hit a single to left field to lead it off, and then Arenado struck out. That'd be it for Colin Ray. Ryan Rolson came to the game, and because the lefty came in, Tim Tawa came in to hit for Alec Thomas, worked a walk, and then Barossa hit a double on a bunt. So Bregman thought it was going to be foul. Barossa laid this one down the line. Bregman had his glove up, but just ran through the ball. This ball was hit kind of hard for a bunt, too. So this got right by Bregman, and then the ball was in no man's land. Barossa got on to second. Fernandez scored. Tawa got on the third. Bregman definitely wishes he got this one back, but, I mean, a bunt double, that's pretty rare to see, huh?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, bunt singles are really starting to become rare too, just because of how little small ball is used. But bunt doubles, like that is, I mean, especially in the manner that it happened, like with a good fielder like Bregman just overrunning it. Like you said, he'd like to have this one back. Um, did lead to a little bit of trouble though, but that's what we talk about. Like when you get these opportunities from these troubling plays, you got to take advantage, and the Diamondbacks did just that. Obviously, it was just a little not enough for them to come back, but like for the Cubs, when this happens to them, like these are the type of times that they'll have to take advantage. The Diamondbacks did it perfectly here with Perdomo hitting the 3-run shot, but yeah, just kind of a tough play.
Yeah, and as you kind of mentioned, Perdomo hit a three-run shot. It was a pretty good pitch by Rolson, too. I mean, it was in on the hands, dotted the strike zone, but Perdomo, good hitter like him, turns on this ball, sends it into the bleachers to make it a one-run ball game, 6-5. And then Vargas with his fourth single on the day. And then Carroll struck out and Del Castro struck out. Bottom of the sixth, um, Braden Garcia came into pitch. Matt Shaw lined out. Mo Baller struck out. And then Tawa makes a Sports Center top 10 play. This was an unreal play. Robbed Bregman of multiple bases. Got him to fly out. Top of the seventh, Phil Matten came in. Struck out Moreno. Seiya made a nice grab on Fernandez to get him out. And then Nolan Arenado struck out. Nice work from Phil Maton. Bottom of the seventh, Ian Happ flew out. Seiya Suzuki grounded out. And then Michael Bush struck out. Top of the eighth, Jacob Webb came in, got Tawa to pop out, Barossa to ground out, and Perdomo to strike out. Top of the eighth, Kevin Ginkel came in the game. Carson Kelly popped out. Fernandez dove into foul territory on the tarp. Made an unreal catch on this one. Two web gems from the D-backs in the late innings. And then PCA grounded out and Dansby grounded out. Top of the ninth, Vargas walked on 5 pitches. Wasn't very competitive at bat. But then he got Carroll to strike out. Then Ketel Marte came in to pinch hit for Adrian Del Castro. Grounded into a force out, and then Gabriel Moreno struck out. Ended this one 6-5. I mean, a great team win. Did what you had to do to win a game, and the Cubs been playing really good at Wrigley, especially in the Baby Blues 120 on Fridays.
Yeah, it was a great win by the Cubs here today. Like you said, team effort, good offense, good pitching. Obviously had some trouble, in what was it, the sixth? But I mean, a great win, and no credit taken away. The Diamondbacks played really well too. Like the defensive plays, some of the defensive plays they made, like you mentioned, Tawa, that play, like that kept them in the game. Like they played really well. They played a lot of good defense today and took advantage in the sixth when they got a gift. But yeah, really good game today from the Cubs, and especially those struggling guys in the bullpen, Madden and Webb, to come in, shut the door on this one, and give them the big win. Like I loved what I saw today.
Yeah, so now we'll get into the Cubs pitching. Colin Ray got the start. He got the win, moves him up to 4-1 on the year in 5.1 innings pitched. He gave up 8 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, no walks, 6 strikeouts, 4.41 ERA. I think this is like an ideal, perfect start which you need from Colin Ray. 5 to 6 innings, 2 runs, no walks. This is gonna give your team a chance to win the ball game every time, especially from your 4 or 5 starter in Colin Ray.
100%. When you're at the 4 or 5 spot in the rotation, if you can get into the sixth inning, that's perfect. Like again, I keep mentioning just the starters needing to go length, but for him to get into the sixth inning, giving up 2 runs, like that's really all you asked for.
Yeah, 100%. Now we'll get into the bullpen. Ryan Rolson pitched point 0.2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run. He's now at a 4.05 ERA. Phil Matten came in for an inning, got the hold. 1, 2, 3 inning, including 2 strikeouts. He's now at a 12 ERA. Jacob Webb came in for a 2 inning save, his first on the year. He's the sixth Cub to record a save this season, which is unreal to me. 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 4.26 ERA. Very solid job from this Cubs pitching staff. Besides the 3-run bob to Perdomo, I mean, no real complaints here.
None at all. I mean, you got what you needed from the bullpen. Would have liked it to be a little less stressful, but you got what you needed. So, my player of the game today, you could go or sorry, not Tylen, Colin Ray for his good start, but I'm gonna go with Michael Bush. He's starting to kind of find his identity at the plate, and again back into the lineup. So hopefully that he can continue that.
Yeah, I'm gonna show some love to the bullpen and go Jacob Webb. He went 2 innings, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He got a 2 inning save, which isn't easy to do. His first on the year, and a really good job from Jacob Webb. So now my first question is Mo Baller got moved into the 2 spot after some great games. In his last 7 games, he's hitting 240, but in his last 15, he's hitting 350. Would you move him down to around the 7-8 spot in the lineup because he has been struggling in that 2 spot and try and get his momentum back?
Yeah, this is like just a lot of the times when I think last year, I don't know if Matt Shaw ever got moved up, but I can't remember who it was. A guy hitting low in the lineup, like, 7, 8, 9, balling out, and then you move them up to the 4-3 spot, and that's when they struggle. Baseball is a weird game because I mean you can be great at the 7 spot, terrible at the 3 spot, get moved back to the 7 spot, and do really well again. But yeah, I think they got to move Mo Baller back down the lineup, not to 7, 8, 9, but kind of where he was six, seventh, eighth. Um, but yeah, I think they got to move him down and stop kind of playing around with that. Obviously, you've got Bush who's going back down in the lineup too, which seemingly is helping. So yeah, I'd move Mo Baller down a bit.
Yeah, I'd move Say Suzuki. I'd try him in the 2 spot. He's hitting 314 right now. I'd go Horner, Suzuki, Bregman, and then you could kind of tool with Bush and Kelly in the 4-6 hole, leave Hap in the 5 hole, and then you can have PC Mo Baller 7, PCA 8, Dansby 9. That's my ideal lineup, but I'd move Mo Baller down to get his confidence back up. So my next question, Carson Kelly has been killing the ball. He's hitting 316 on the year. In his last 7 games, he's hitting 276. In his last 15 games, he's hitting 356. Just been getting a lot of hits and some very solid contact. Miguel Amaya had a hot start, but has been struggling as of late. Would you lean heavier towards Carson Kelly catching majority of the games, or would you kind of do the balance that we saw at the start of the year?
I'd probably still go with a little bit of the balance. You don't want to move fully away from Amaya, but I think you go like maybe like a 55-45 type thing until Amaya can kind of get back in the swing of things. But I definitely wouldn't do like majority Carson Kelly. So I think kind of the Mo Baller first base, Amaya DH, Carson Kelly catcher, that's all gonna have to be put on hold right now. But I do think that you're gonna lean heavily a little bit more on Carson Kelly, just not 80% Carson Kelly, 20% Miggy.
Yeah, I would still go kind of 50-50, maybe 70-30 around there. You can throw Mo Baller in for a game if you need, but you want to keep them fresh. Save Kelly for the games that matter late in the year, and catching is a spot you need to keep fresh.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, like catching's not a spot where you can play a guy for 155 games and expect him to be fresh. So you're gonna have to give him some off days and give him some days at DH where he's not bending his knees in the squat position for 9 innings.
Yeah, and you can always platoon him in the DH spot against lefties because I know Mo Baller's probably not going to get a lot of DH reps against lefties. And this is where it kind of brings into my next question. Kevin Alcantara with 10 home runs in AAA Iowa is killing the ball. He's been very hot as of late. I mean, when do you pull the plug up for him? He hit 364 last year in the games we saw him. Like, I don't know. I feel like he could be a good fit on this team and where they're at right now. When do you pull the plug for Kevin Alcantara and make him a Chicago Cub?
It's tough to say. It's more of like a who do you send down. Conforto was like kind of the obvious answer until he kind of turned it up a little bit, but like I don't know. I'd maybe say in a month and a half, maybe 2 months. But my question to you is like, who would you send down or DFA for him to come up?
So I would DFA Nicky Lopez. I'd make Matt Shaw your kind of platoon guy who could play any position. He can pinch run. And then I would make Kevin Alcantara your DH or center fielder versus left-handed pitching. And then he just doesn't play versus right-handed pitching, but he can always pinch run or pinch hit late in games. And then you also have Conforto on the bench. You have Conforto versus righty. So if Alcantara say started in right field, you can always platoon Conforto in if you need. I would say DFA Nicky Lopez, call up Kevin Alcantara, and then you have Matt Shaw as your kind of Nicky Lopez, Scott Kingery platoon guy. Then you have Conforto and whoever's not catching on your bench as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Nicky Lopez in what like his fourth stint with the Cubs. Like try a new one, man. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. He's been with us forever. I love the guy.
Seriously, it seems like he's been on the Cubs for like 6 years.
White Sox too. I mean, he's been all
Yeah,
over Chicago.
I know.
Grew up here too.
Yeah. That's what makes it even funnier. Is like it feels like he's been here for like 6 years and he's played probably like 40 games with the Cubs.
Yeah, he's rode the bench, done a good job of that, getting Dansby his Red Bull before the game, a nice little
Yeah.
pregame ritual.
Yeah.
And then my last question is Daniel Palencia had his rehab outing today with the Iowa Cubs, so likely you're going to see him back soon. Palencia went point 0.2 of an inning, allowed one hit, one strikeout. He topped out at 102. The reason he went point 0.2 is because they gave him 3 batters. He did allow one hit, but he got a strikeout and was thrown 102. So who do you think comes down when Palencia comes up?
When I think it's maybe Corbin Martin or Ryan Rollison, one of the two.
Yeah,
But
I'd
it's
probably
also
say
tough because Theobar's not back, so like maybe Rollison stays. So I don't know, honestly. It's kind of tough.
I'd probably say Yaxel Rios. He's only pitched one inning with the Cubs.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. I forgot about him. It's probably the obvious answer. I
Probably
forgot
Yax,
about Rios.
or you
Yeah,
go Assad and give him starting reps, so he can.
yeah, that too. Because he again, we talk about his consistency. Get him back down there. Try to find that consistency and bring him back up when he's ready.
Yeah. I'd probably honestly say Assad. Stretch him out in Iowa.
Yeah, I don't hate that actually.
You've Ben Brown as your long reliever. You don't really need to carry two long relievers in your bullpen. Like you can kind of sit with Ben Brown and have Assad stretch out in Iowa. As Ben Brown has been way better than Assad has.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
So now we'll take a look at the preview for the rest of the series. 1:20 first pitch tomorrow. On the bump for the Cubbies is Shota Imanaga. I believe. Yeah, sorry, I'm pulling it up. Yep, it is
Yeah,
Shota.
Tim versus Nelson.
Yep, sorry, I was pulling up my MLB so I could get the stats. Imanaga in 6 games is 2-2 with a 2.88 ERA and 34.1 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts and a .87 WHIP. And then on the mound for the D-backs is Ryan Nelson. In 6 games, he is 1-2 with a 7.71 ERA and 25.2 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts and a 1.52 WHIP. So, what are your keys to the game for tomorrow and predictions?
I think you got to blow him out tomorrow. I mean, Ryan Nelson, 1 and 2 with a 7.71. I mean, he's been obviously going back and forth bullpen and starter, and the ERA when you're a bullpen guy is kind of tough to judge, but I still think you can go after him and get up big. So, I mean, give me like 8-3. I think Shota's going to have a really good outing again, like he has been. So, yeah, I think they can definitely win. I think they can get out to an early lead like they did today and let Shota go long because I think he's got it in him. I think he could go six innings, maybe like 6 and 2/3, or maybe they get him into the eighth. But yeah, I think they can blow him out tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree with that. I say the bats got to get going early. You jump on them like you did in the first inning today. Shota, solid start. Bullpen's got to be solid, and I just say the bats are the main key to tomorrow. So now we'll take a look around the MLB. The White Sox with a big 8-2 win. Noah Schultz got the win on the mound. Munetaki Murakami with the league leading 13 home runs on the year, and Colson Montgomery with a homer. The Guardians are beating the Athletics 8-5, end of the eighth inning. Guardians offense exploded in the fifth and eighth inning with 3 runs apiece in both those innings. The Rangers beat the Tigers 5-4. Josh Young with 2 RBIs in that one. The Pirates beat the Reds 9-1. Mitch Keller with 7 strong innings in that win on the Apple TV game. The Brewers beat the Nationals 6-1. The Miz had a no-hitter going, I believe, into the fifth inning, but left that one injured as Woodruff and him have went down in back-to-back games. The Orioles beat the Yankees beat the Orioles 7-2. Ben Rice with a 3-run bomb in that one. The Red Sox beat the Astros 3-1. Jaron Duran with the home run in that one. Aroldis Chapman got the save, his 6th on the year. The Rays beat the Giants 3-0. Junior Caminero with a monster home run in that one. The Phillies beat the Marlins 6-5. Bryson Stott with a 3-run home run, his first on the year. The Blue Jays beat the Twins 7-3. Kazuma Okamoto with 2 home runs in the Blue Jays win. The Cardinals beat the Dodgers 7-2. Matthew Liberatore shoved and Emmett Sheehan got rocked early in the game. The Braves beat the Rockies 8-6. Michael Harris with a home run in the Braves' 23rd win on the year, league leading. The Mets beat the Angels 4-3. Ronnie Marciso with the go-ahead solo home run. Devin Williams on for the save. The Royals beat the Mariners 7-3. Lane Thomas hit the go-ahead RBI single. Standing update: the Cubs are now tied for the lead in the NL Central with the Reds after the Reds lost today. Atlanta's still up big in the NL East. The Dodgers are up a half a game on the Padres. The Yankees are up a game and a half on the Rays. The Guardians are up a half a game on Detroit, and the Sox are only a game back of the Guardians. So the Sox are getting some momentum, 7-3 on a 4-game heater. And then the Athletics are up a game and a half on the AL West. So now we will get into MLB Pickle. Rye, who do you want to start out with?
Let's go Colin Ray.
Like that. Always got to start with a cup. NL Central righty from the USA starting pitcher. All right,
Uh,
let's think. Reds, Hunter.
go.
Not the Reds. All
So
right.
it's not the Cubs.
Brewers, Mizorowski.
Yeah, that might be it.
Not the Brewers. All right, so we
So
got
wait, so we got Reds, Cubs, and Brewers, or
Pirates,
no?
Paul Skeens.
Yeah, that's actually what's probably gonna be.
Not the Pirates. So
Oh,
it's got to be Cardinals. So
who's in their
Libertor's a
rotation?
lefty, I believe.
What? Who?
Libertor's a lefty.
Yeah.
Trying to think of the Cardinals' rotation. So you got Libertor. I know Riley O'Brien's a closer. Dustin May, I know they got from the Dodgers in the offseason. I'll go Dustin
Oh
May.
yeah.
And that is your MLB Pickle Player of the Day, Dustin May.
There we go.
Little unintentional rhyme there. And now we'll play Immaculate Grid, Tigers and Angels. Miguel Sano, I think, played for. I don't think Sano. I could be wrong. Angels.
Try it.
I'll try Miguel Sano. He did not. Angels Tigers. I feel like that's an easy one.
What we said about everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Tigers
okay,
and
let's
Marlins.
go. Let's go the easy ones first. So Trout.
Tigers and Marlins is Miguel Cabrera. 30
Oh, there
home
you go. Easy.
runs for the Angels. Go with
I went Trout. That's way
Trout.
too.
And then
I'm
played
gonna
the
get.
outfield, Jorge
I'll go
Soler.
Justin Upton.
I'm gonna go Jorge Soler, former Cub. Twins 30 home run season, Jim Tomei.
Go.
And that
Outfield Byron
Tomei
Buxton.
didn't hit 30 home runs?
Did he not?
I guess not. Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer had no. Who's the Twins guy that hit 30 home runs?
I mean, you could go Miguel or
I'm trying to think of like legends.
Miguel Sano. No,
Sano, he might have hit 30. I wouldn't have been surprised. Yeah, Miguel Sano, 30 home run season.
there you go.
And then outfield,
Outfield Buxton. I
yeah,
mean,
kind
why
of.
not?
All right, Miami, 30 home runs.
Yelich.
Stanton,
Yeah, we could go Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton. Yep. And
And
then
then outfield Yelich.
I'm going to go Owen Casey.
Oh, there we go. I like that.
Cubs. All right, Tigers and Twins. I'm going to guess Chafin. See, I feel like Chafin's on the Angels now, so I feel like we can get him for that top one.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Andrew Chafin. Bang. You could get him for Twins, Tigers. Let's count him for both, and let's be immaculate today.
Yeah, there we go. We're immaculate.
Yeah, we were immaculate, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode. Another episode back at you guys tomorrow. 120 ball game marquee. Make sure to tune in. Episode should be out around probably 10 o'clock. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode. Signing off, Ryan Dunleavy.
Ryan Zelensky.
See you guys next episode.